the things that you would get from this opportunity is something that is grand.
I had to do rough things to kind of like solidify and keep my safe space for me and my brothers and siblings. So it got me about to cry.
But our goal is to get them to that next step.
I don't want any student to miss out on this.
Hey, I'm Cheryl Myers with the Technical College System of Georgia. I'm Director of Communications with the Office of Workforce Development. We are here at the Georgia World Congress Center at the National SkillsUSA competition. We're talking to some of the folks that make SkillsUSA work. Joining us now is Tjazha Mazhani. She is the SkillsUSA Georgia Post-Secondary State Director and SkillsUSA Board of Directors. That's a mouthful. Tjazha, first off, thank you so much for taking a moment to talk with us. I know she has been running around like crazy at today's national competition, and it's this whole week is the national competition. Tell me just a little bit, for those unfamiliar with SkillsUSA, tell us a little bit about the organization's mission.
So SkillsUSA's mission really is to empower our students to become skilled professionals, career-ready leaders, and responsible community members. And the biggest piece of that is connecting our students, our educators, and industry. That is really the key part of SkillsUSA. And so a lot of what you'll see here this week is probably every company you can think of is down on that floor, and they are talking to students, they're engaging with them, and the students are showcasing their skills to them. And so it's an opportunity to really make sure that our students are ready and they are evaluated by industry professionals and ready to go on and lead once they finish their education.
Excellent. And I know it's been described as what, the #1 workforce development organization, correct?
Absolutely. It absolutely is the #1 workforce development organization for students. SkillsUSA is unique as a career and technical student organization in that we touch all 16 cluster areas that exist federally that are recognized. So you have everything from construction to transportation, from healthcare to cosmetology, culinary to media, and everything in between, public safety. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing some, but it touches every piece of career and technical education that you can imagine. And all of those companies that work in those fields are here to see students and connect with them, and students are showcasing those skills.
Right. And I was talking to some of the organizers, and they said there's an estimated 19,000 competitors out here.
Absolutely. Yes.
And it really hard to wrap your head around it unless you have witnessed some of this. It's pretty amazing. So how does, from the technical college side of things, how does SkillsUSA support technical colleges across Georgia?
So we have SkillsUSA chapters at all 22 technical colleges under the Technical College System of Georgia. And so all of our colleges participate in the SkillsUSA organization. So they all have chapters, they have chapter officers that participate. And then for our state conference, they all come and they compete against each other to determine the best in the state. And then obviously the best in the state come and recognized here at the national competition. And so our schools are very much involved. We are definitely a model for post-secondary SkillsUSA chapters across the country. Georgia definitely stands out there in our organization and having our students really excel and do well here.
Joining us now is Sherrie Rowe with Augusta Technical College. She is the SkillsUSA Advisor and Department Chair for the school's Design and Media Production Program. Sherrie, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
We appreciate you taking a few minutes. I know you're busy. Tell us a little bit about your role at Augusta Tech and your involvement with SkillsUSA.
Well, as you said, I'm the department chair for the design and media, so not having enough to do, they recruited me to be the skills advisor for the school, so I'm the local advisor. I also serve on the state planning committee, and also I'm a national educator for the National SkillsUSA. But in Augusta, so I'm the lead advisor, so I recruit students and drag them kicking and screaming off to SkillsUSA the first time. The second time, we don't have to work so hard.
Right, once they figure out this is a good thing.
It is definitely a good thing. And, I have a lot of people around the state say, how do you get so many good students? I go, you got to go draft them. You have to make it enticing to them.
What inspired you to continue to do it, or what meaning does it bring to your life, I guess you would say?
Someone at our school was transitioning into a new role, and he needed a sucker. No, he needed some help. And being young and single, you have to be able to travel. So he got me, and the first time it was exactly, it was a dubious event, but once you attend the Skills National, it will change your life. I know people say that about things, but no lie, it will change your life. You see how you can help students get to where they want to be, that next step, but it also changes your life. So, probably needed a little more direction, and that helped me there, so.
So are you learning more from them, or do you think they're learning more from you?
I have always said I am the learner in this situation. Some of our students come from such diverse backgrounds that I've never experienced. The first week I taught at school, just totally, not skills related, but I realized I cannot carry the luggage that some of these kids have to carry. So that changed my whole perspective. Made me a better person.
Yeah. So why do you think Skills USA could be considered such an important component for the student experience?
It offers us opportunities to offer our students opportunities that we don't get in the classroom. When you realize, like I said, how different their experiences have been from mine, I realized that some of these, they've never stayed in a hotel. Some of them have never ordered for themselves off of a menu. I had no idea about that until I joined Skills. And not all are like that, obviously. They, other students need other things, but when you start to work with students a little bit more, you see where the disparity is, and you can offer opportunities for kids like that. So it's a strange little thing. And, when you start doing that, you start educating or exposing them to other opportunities, that helps them and it helps their families. Because what Big Brother did, now Little Brother gets to do. What Mom and Daddy got to do, kids get to do. So it automatically opens up those doors for those kids too, so.
And I love that you say kids, even though the average age of the technical college student is what, 25, 26?
And look here, I have the youngest and the oldest on our campus. And when I first started, I had a 75-year-old full bird colonel that was one of the first on D-Day on the beach. So I have had foster children that have been emancipated, and I've had people like that, and they all need something. Yep.
And you have to apply your teaching, levels to everybody, no matter where they are.
Yeah, you have to meet them where they are, and have a partner teacher. We meet, it's funny, we're a two-man program. We meet every Monday morning. We have our own little, where are we going this week? We have to go round these kids up and get them somewhere. But our goal is to get them to that next step. Wherever they are, they have to elevate to that next step. So. Mm-hmm.
And we are talking with the State Skills USA President, Bianca Lawhorn with Atlanta Technical College, and Bianca is a business management student and barbering graduate. Bianca, thank you so much for joining us. First off, tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey to Atlanta Tech.
My journey at ATC started from just wanting to do something with a gift that I had. It was laying dormant, and it just kept coming to me. I originally thought I would be in production doing music or sound audio engineering. And I knew I had this gift to serve people. I love people. And so I called ATC one random day to follow up on my process for admissions. And then the lady who answered the phone, she said, "Ms. Lawhorn, we've been waiting for you." And I thought that was confirmation for me to just throw caution to the wind and do something that I obviously have a gift for, but something I wanted to create passion for. And so I just recently graduated with my barbering diploma, and I am now currently pursuing my business management degree.
Wonderful. And as you said, you completed the barbering program and studying business management. What inspired that transition?
Well, I've had opportunity to work in a salon for about 8 years. Before the 8 years came, 4 years of that 8, I had the opportunity to serve as operations manager. And outside of being behind the chair, I saw a need in the salon that I was working with for operations. And I just started doing little things with permission of my supervisor at the time. And she saw a gift in me, and she pointed it out, and she said, "You have a gift to lead." And when she said that, I said, well, give me a challenge. Let me see what I can do. And so I always wanted to do something that didn't tie me to the chair, but I'm also wanting to do something where I can build teams, help lead others, and mentorship and all those type of things. So I said, let's try business management, because that is my goal, to have my own business in the barber industry.
And hearing someone seeing something in you means so much. And so you're paying it forward, it sounds like. So do you think that that's really what initially attracted you to Skills USA?
Absolutely. Skills USA was presented to me as a competition. And I'm not a competitive person in nature, but I thought it was something that would give me an opportunity to build upon the craft beyond the things I had experienced in the salon space. And so when I heard about Skills, I said, okay, that sounds interesting. My advisor at the time, she only presented the competition part to me, but curious nature of mine, I went on the website and I began to scroll on the website, and I said, they offer more than just competition. And so I love the holistic approach that they had to not just build you in your technical skill, but also to help build you in your professional and personal and workplace skills.
And, you know, we can obviously put this stuff on your resume. It's a big thing. But as state president of Skills, what has been the most rewarding part of serving the organization for you?
There's so much that comes with it. The responsibility is grand, but I love the opportunities that I have. Even at NLSC today, to be able to touch so many different people from different states who we all fall under the umbrella of Skills USA organization, where we share the same passion and we're all being developed as leaders in our communities and our schools. And so I think the greatest thing has been being able to serve alongside a team that's talented, but also we all provide just different things to make the success of Skills and the longevity of this organization pushed further.
And I mean, I know that you kind of found skills that you may not have realized you had. Talk a little bit about that, and maybe other people bringing forward to you things that you didn't realize you had, and vice versa. What did you think that you may have brought to others that they didn't realize they had, leadership-wise?
That's a great question. I would say integrity is one. I don't think integrity is one that is it's necessary for workplace and in relationships, but I think that's one thing that I do bring to the table. I didn't know until somebody on campus mentioned it to me. They was like, you're a great woman of integrity. And I knew what integrity was, but at the capacity that people were witnessing it from me, it made me think like this is something I can offer to a team. Skills USA has helped me become a leader that doesn't stay behind the scenes, but also has pushed me into becoming a confident leader, being able to communicate well, and also the teamwork part of it, something that is being further developed. So that's really good. One of the things I'm loving is just the many faces that we get to meet. The networking is amazing. And we're building relationships with these people who come from different walks of life, and just being able to have those relationships. And when we see them 2 years down the line, it's like, oh man, I've watched you grow with your experience and your experience here with Skills USA. And so the people part is my favorite because I love community, and Skills USA have provided a community for us to be that is safe and that's allowing us to further be cultivated and develop into amazing members of communities and leaders in our workplaces.
Joining us now is Rashad Meadows with Atlanta Technical College, and he is the State Skills USA reporter, and he is a marketing management student. Rashad, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk to us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to study marketing management.
So initially, I didn't have nothing. I didn't know anything about marketing. I thought marketing was just simply promoting, putting flyers up, and simply doing that. So when I came to Atlanta Technical College, my goal was to become a dental hygienist with hopes of applying to dental school. So I was going to finish up at Clayton State, get my bachelor's degree in business after I did the dental hygiene aspect at Atlanta Tech. But in the course of that, in 2025, I had took 2 marketing classes for spring to finish up my interdisciplinary studies. And once I took those marketing classes, I was like, this fits me. Like, it fits me. So I finished up because I was almost finished. I was like 95% through. So in 2025 of December, I graduated with my interdisciplinary associate, and I immediately went to marketing. And when I went to marketing, I talked to the dean on campus, and she was like, I'm so glad you finally came here because I've been watching the things you're doing around campus, and you have the perfect personality. You meet everybody, you talk to everybody, and your graphic design, I've been watching you do that. And she told me congratulations for winning pen design. And she was like, I just been admiring the things you do, but I don't want to force students to change what they have a goal. So it was something that I switched into because I felt it encompassed my whole personality and also my skill set and like certain things I like to do in media and videos and stuff. It all encompasses that.
And when you were talking about it, your face literally changed. You started smiling when you were talking about the marketing thing, and you won Pin Design for Skills USA in 2025. Is that correct? That's amazing. So that's quite a pivot from dental hygiene to marketing. So not a lot of folks have both sides of their brains that work like that. So that's very, very cool. Let me just say that. So as state reporter, part of your responsibility is helping share and tell the Skills USA story. And before the camera came on, we talked a little bit about you kind of tell it in a visual way. So explain a little bit about what does that mean?
So at first I thought the reporter was going to just take notes and be in front of the camera, but I choose to do it a different way. So I try to highlight different aspects of Skills USA, from meeting people to just the other officers being able to, garner their speaking abilities and make them stronger, and learning how to do like interviews and talking to people and looking confident on cameras.
So what are your career goals after college?
So I still want to be in the dentist field. Okay. So through marketing, talking to my dean, I recently found out that I can actually still own a dental practice, and I can still do the behind the scenes and incorporate marketing and still be involved with the dentist aspect, but I wouldn't have to do the dental work, go to dental school. So she said that's a route. You can find investors, you can promote your own stuff, and you can still incorporate yourself because you'll be the one in those boardrooms regardless, whether you're on the dentist side or whether you're on the business owner side. And she said, I'm gearing towards you want to be a business owner, so this still works from you. You can still follow your aspect. So I want to create a dental business called Monty and Friends Dental. It's a children pediatric dentistry that involves children, and also we'll have a daycare so parents can, get their teeth and stuff done at the same time. But it's mostly for children for them to play, have a safe, and create a safe space in inner city urban communities.
Oh, that's awesome. And who's Monty?
Monty is one of my favorite characters. So as growing up, I used to have like this imaginary friend. I know people don't have those anymore, but I had an imaginary friend named Monty because, like I said, I didn't grow up, I grew up kind of rough, and I internalized a lot of things. Monty, the person that I am today, is the person that I saw myself then, but I didn't know how to convey that. So I grew up rough, so I had to portray a rough image, and I had to do rough things to kind of like solidify and keep my safe space for me and my brothers and siblings. So you got me about to cry.
Oh man, you'll never cry alone if I'm in the room, so don't start.
Yeah, so it was like that kind of thing. So the person that I am today is Monty when I was a kid. So like, it's kind of big.
We are back now with Kowen Kimber, the State Skills USA Secretary with Columbus Technical College, and he is a culinary arts student. Kowen, thank you so much for joining us. What has surprised you the most about serving in this leadership role for Skills USA?
I am a shy person, no doubt. I definitely was. I'm not saying I am. I definitely was a shy person. I didn't talk to anybody. You can ask my mom. I didn't talk to anybody in my family. My aunties, my uncles, I didn't talk to anybody except for her. But as I've grown and gone through skills, as I ran for a state officer a couple months ago, I've realized speaking is a passion for me now. I want to inspire people. I want them to know that even if you are shy, you become very confident and bold like I've been coming this past year. One that I will never forget and I will always take through my journey is stepping on that stage with my other 5 people and becoming state officers with them. I did cry a lot. I did. It showed me that everybody believed in me, that I can take upon this role to represent them for Georgia, post-secondary, and eventually represent them nationally as we're known. life is tough, life is hard, it has its hardships, but no matter what, you push through and you get through because you are an amazing person on the inside and out, and everybody believes in you no matter who they are. Even if it's a stranger on the side of the street, they believe in you.
Well, I would say to them, say yes to the opportunity. This opportunity, you may not get an opportunity like this again. The things that you will get from this opportunity is something that is grand. You get to develop your personal skills, your workplace skills, and your leadership skills, and it's something that is a necessary tool to be successful in any space that you go into.
I don't want any student to miss out on this. And so that's my biggest piece is going to be working on getting companies connected with our schools directly, helping students financially with their school, fees, and also with SkillsUSA, ensuring that they're able to get engaged and continue to grow it. So that is my goal. Seeing more student stories, like I said, like with Karina, our national officer. Josh Whittington actually works at Wiregrass Georgia Technical College, but I first met him as a student at Southern Regional Technical College when he competed in mechatronics, and he now is an instructor on the other side. And he now also works with World Skills in training mechatronics students for World Skills because he was a competitor in World Skills when he was a student. So that, seeing all that, those students and those stories. So I want to see more and more of that, more of our students engaged. I want every student to have the opportunity to be in SkillsUSA, and I don't want there to be any barriers. So my goal is get more industry connected with our schools and with our students directly.
Well, that just about wraps it up for this edition of Talent Pipeline Georgia. Once again, I'm Cheryl Myers, Director of Communications for TCSG's Office of Workforce Development. We'll see you next time.